Hi everyone. It's Wednesday, April Fool's Day, April 1st. First of all, Monday and Tuesday. Monday I did yard work, and Tuesday I went to have x-rays on my shoulder and my back for applying for some government thing. And Tuesday I also had several bouts of that nausea stuff I have. I hate it, hate it, hate it, hate it. It makes you feel like you have to go, and it makes you dizzy and you have to lie down. It just makes you feel sick, really awful, and flushed and everything. I had one of those bouts in the x-ray room actually. I was standing there up against the wall for this shoulder to be x-rayed and the guy saw me just about falling over and he had me sit down, so not cool. On the way home I felt really, really bad. I thought, can I make it home? I made it home and I had to lie down for about 5 hours. Woke to see the cat staring at me, made a small bit for supper, and had another lie down. Now it's Wednesday morning, 1:30 in the morning. Oh, Lord. I hate that. Hate it, hate it. I have things to do in the coming weeks, so I can't have this. Now to the meaty part of the subject. Speaking of meaty, oh my God. April 1st is also Manolis Paschalidis' birthday. He's a singer-songwriter from Thessaloniki, Greece. I'll put a link down below. Check him out. And ladies, he's good looking. Now to the April Fool's part. April 1st we call April Fool's Day. Now some people call it April Fish Day, and I don't know if it has religious connotations or not. But April Fool's Day is a day when people are silly and play pranks on each other. I prefer harmless pranks. I don't like harmful pranks because times are tough as it is, and if you're very convincing, you could really damage somebody emotionally by playing a harmful prank. 33 years ago, I worked at a dental lab. Now, this is only a sample. This is what I used to make. It's never been in anyone's mouth. This is a sample. Isn't that cool? This is my favorite job of all the jobs I've had, making dentures and repairing dentures. We had a guy work there. He was from France. His name was Christian Pallier, and Christian always wore nice, uh, nicely pressed pants and a nice. He was always dressed nicely, and he had loafers on. Loafers are shoes that don't tie. So one April Fool's Day, he was coming in for his coffee in the morning. I looked down and I said, "Oh, your shoe's untied," which is a thing you say to people, and then they look down. And it's kind of like, "Made you look," that kind of stuff. And he looks down at his shoes and he looks at me and like, "You're crazy." Like, okay, didn't work. Sometimes my son took a Tootsie Roll with this like chocolate taffy, and you can get little ones or you can get big ones. So the big ones look like dog poops, really. You just kind of mush them up just to soften them a little and form them and put it on the toilet seat. It's more of an annoyance having to remove it off the toilet seat, but it's not real poop, it's candy. But that's a funny prank you can play, that kind of stuff. What else? I don't know. My about 10 years ago, my friend and I were driving downtown to a house that we were rehabbing. He was buying it through another person because he didn't have a social security number. To get a loan for this house, you had to have one. So another one of his women friends who had a really nice paying job, and even if something happened, she could still pay on it. He had the money. It would go through her signature and social security number. So we're driving down there. He's driving, and he gets a phone call from her, and she says, "I quit my job. Talk to you later." And just the blood drained out of his face, and we almost went off the road. And I thought, oh my God. And I said, wait a minute, this is April 1st. I said, that's just an April Fool's joke. Oh no, 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 no. Who would do something like that? It's just that that is not a joke. I said, no, it's not a joke. And that was a terrible thing for her to do. But that was, I'll bet you anything. And it was. It was an April Fool's joke. And that's not the kind of thing that and telling people that someone died is not the kind of thing to do for April Fool's. That's a little too harsh. But I did send him once, one April Fool's Day, I sent him a letter. You know, the you may have already won type of thing. Get creative, folks. This is what I did. I sent him a you have won a vacation to Upper Siberia for a week in a yurt, which is like a nomadic tent. And you will dine on the finest yak butter and whatever, and be serenaded nightly by Hirge Hurganov, you know, and I made it very ridiculous, so he knew it was a joke, but he had a good time seeing all the creative stuff they came up with. And I enjoyed making that little advertisement. It was really fun. That's the kind of thing you should do. You need to bring the funny back. You need to bring the humor back, the happiness back, instead of the meanness. There's too many mean pranks out there. You need to be creative. The world needs more happiness. So have a safe April Fool's Day. Be kind. And I shall see you later. Upward and onward.